video review for Transformers Generations G2 Laser Optimus Prime. This is the one that's missing the paint app over here. I do have a replacement being sent to me on the way that does have all the flames painted on. But just to give you an idea of the figure, the truck itself I was complaining about on Twitter the other day because it wasn't going together very well, and ever since I figured out these back wheels, it's a little bit nicer truck mode for me. The color scheme is a little all over the place with the red and the black and the blue, and then these orange windows and the gray. You know, they're using the flames kind of as an homage to the movie, and also kind of as a different take on the fade that was on the original Laser Optimus. But yeah, it is kind of a mishmashy figure. At least here in vehicle mode. It's a little bit better in robot mode. But yeah, it's got not a whole lot to it. He rolls. You'd see here's the sword stored as the trailer hitch there. And that's about it. So to transform him, one of the first things you want to do is pull these up, flip this whole panel up, and bring the legs down a little bit. This panel actually flips up against his back. Just peg together, flip that up against his back like that, or it will be his back. Split the legs and pull the sword out, and the sword actually transforms by, you flip this piece out, slide this piece down around, and then you push this over the handle and lock it, and it locks the sword out like that. So there you go, there's that. And then the legs are actually, it's kind of sad that he's not a better figure overall, because there's a lot of really, really neat ideas going on here, especially in the way the legs transform. Because the legs, what you do is these panels that cover the whole back of the truck actually fold up against the side of the legs. And you can see the little tabs for the sword to tab in here on the legs, and then there's here and here as well. And these panels flip up to cover these holes that are sitting here, because the wheels on the legs, actually for robot mode, rotate up and around like this, and then slide in. Once you get them lined up, they slide into the leg like that. So I know somebody was asking if the legs in robot mode could sit closer together, and they can't, because they do rotate. They were right about that, but they push into the leg like that. They actually sit inside the leg a little bit, so they don't stick out quite as much. It's really kind of a neat idea, and the execution of it is nice, if a little hard to figure out at first. Rotate that up, line it up, and push them in. So yeah, that's just a really neat bit of that I liked. They still hang out because they are double wheels, but and you flip the heel down and flip the foot down, and then up here you want to unpeg the arm there, the panel, unpeg the arm panel, and the arms themselves come up and just come down to the side like this, and then the panel folds up against the arm. And again, that's kind of a drawback there, that there is that arm panel hanging off the arm there, which is a little bit of a... It's not super noticeable in robot mode, but it is there. And it can be a little bit of annoying for posing. And then you want to open from here, when this is up, you want to reach under here and pop this middle piece out. And then from there, take the head and flip it around, and then close this piece back down. And then the windows here, you actually push in like that. And it's kind of hard to see. Let me see if I can get the camera in there at an angle that shows it. Come on, focus. But in there, inside the windows, each half of the window has half of the matrix molded on it. So when it comes together like this, and you bring the whole thing up and over, and the windows are forward, and push the whole thing down like that, again, it's hard. It's really hard to catch, because it's hard to see through these orange tinted windows. But there's a visible matrix inside of his chest, which is sadly not removable, but it is kind of cool. Let me see if I can get the flash on here. Maybe that will. Yeah, there you go. You can see the matrix there sitting inside his chest. So that's kind of a neat little feature that they didn't have to do, but looks really nice. there inside the figure. But then, yeah, once you get all that done, once that chest comes up and down, you have Laser Optimus in his robot mode. Go ahead and back that up again. And he can hold his sword in either hand, obviously. Now he does have light piped eyes here on his face. I'm going to get a close up of his face here, so you can it doesn't work perfectly, but there is some clear orange plastic that light pipes his eyes, and he does also have this clear on his shoulders, which also light pipes down. And again, I don't have enough direct light on it at the moment to show it off, but when he's sitting under a light, it does kind of have this neat, warm glow up in his shoulders, kind of simulating the old the electronics on the old toy. I didn't bring anything that I could really compare him with. Here he is with the ubiquitous Coke can. He's a little on the short side. He only comes up to about the chest of Voyager Optimus Prime from Classics. So he's not going to, if you're concerned about size, he's not going to be the best stand-in if you want to replace your Classics Voyager Optimus Prime. But all in all, like I said, in robot mode, he's a really neat-looking figure. I really like his robot mode. It's a shame the truck, and the truck mode, once I figured out those wheels, really isn't bad aside from the paint job. It's just got a mishmash paint job, which looks nice in robot mode, but is a little bit of a letdown in vehicle mode. Chances are, if you have him, you're going to be displaying him on your shelf, and aren't really going to, in robot mode, not really have him in truck mode anyway. But all in all, like I said, as Optimus Prime in robot mode, it's a really cool looking figure. I like it more than I thought, but it's just that truck mode is so horrible. and I'm not even taking into account. This is just missing. I'm just talking about in general. Like, I'm going to have one that has the flame on it, so I'm not worried about that. But yeah, really neat. He's got all kinds of posability. The shoulders do limit some of what he can do, but he does have quite a bit of movement. He's got little hinges on his wrist as well as a ball joint right above the wrist. So you've got a lot of options for posing him. The legs are ball joint at the hips and have a swivel just below that, and then just hinged knees and hinged feet, which are also, well, actually they're hinged this way and on a ball joint this way. So you've got a lot of options for posing him. Like I said, design-wise, the transformation is innovative. It's fun. There's a lot of neat stuff going on there. The robot mode is nice. It's just that truck mode that is kind of a letdown. So that's my opinion on him. Robot mode, nice. Transformation, awesome. Vehicle mode, nah. There he is, Generation 2 Laser Optimus.